Today we've got a little bit of a different video. I'm reviewing some of these Gerber tools we hardly ever talk about. And the first one will be the Gerber Chonk. Now I believe this has been renamed the Gerber Shard XL. This is a pretty nice filling tool in the hand. And all these tools that we'll be reviewing today, actually I'm fairly impressed with how comfortable they seem to be to use and operate. Gerber has done a pretty good job with this. One of my favorite things about this product is the topographical micarta that they put here on the handle. There is the bottle cap lifter. You always have to have one of those, the pocket clip, and then they talk about these as not only the screwdrivers, but then a pry tool and a wire stripper. Now, another thing I like about this is it has almost like a stone wash finish. It looks pretty nice, almost antiqued. I like the Gerber insignia right there. Overall, I think it's a pretty nice tool. Now, full disclosure, I don't really use pry tools and I will probably rarely ever carry this. But if at some time in the future I find pry tools a lot more useful, as I know some of you do, perhaps, then this might be one of those that I turn to and I use a lot more often. Now with these Gerber tools, don't expect any fancy kinds of metals. I think about the only thing that I saw listed from Gerber on some of these was 5CR MOV. So they're not premium steels and their prices sort of reflect that. They're usually in the $20 to $30 range, something around there. Now this is a used seatbelt cutter. This is the escape tool from Gerber. And this one usually has a belt loop on it. My version, well, because it's used, they did not include that, unfortunately, but I got this a little cheaper off of eBay. I just wanted to check it out, see if I even liked it. It has a glass breaker on the one side and then the seatbelt cutter on the other. Now, what I have found, at least the first time I used this, was that I was very impressed with how easily it cut through seatbelt. Let's try this a second time. And let's see here. Let's get the seatbelt in there. And it does cut through, but it was a lot harder the second time. I don't know. I guess I just got to the right spot the first time, but it cut very easily through the seatbelt. So perhaps there is a trick to it, but it definitely can cut. So that might be something that is useful to throw in your car or even some of your other gear, hunting gear, and so forth, if you need to cut rope and so forth. But I think this is useful to probably more of a narrow audience. Again, coming in around that $20 price point, I don't know that a bunch of people will want this, but I do believe that this is fairly popular with some of the military overseas, and they may find the seatbelt cutter and the strap cutter more useful. Now the Gerber Gutsy, I believe, does come in a little cheaper, somewhere around, I think, the $12 to $15 mark. This has 4 major tools on it. You have, bringing out the cardboard right here, you have the bottle opener on the inside, the gutting hook at the bottom, the scaler on this side, and then at the bottom they have the scooper. This is for scooping out, they said, fish veins, pretty much your fish processor all in one. Now they list this as having bare hand control, and I guess what they mean by that is this is specifically designed to be a lot more comfortable for your hand, which you would think every multi-tool would be designed to some extent for that, but I guess Gerber has taken special care and that it fits exactly to the contours of many people's hands. It does have this place where I guess it rests like so you can process. I don't fish that much, full disclosure. I probably won't be using most any of these tools that much, but I do think that some of these will be useful for some of you. So I wanted to go over them and let you guys know that these are available on the market. Let's go ahead and weigh these tools. I think sometimes when we go through them, it may be a little bit hard to realize how light some of these are. This comes in at only about 58 grams. 69 grams, and this whole cutter 59 grams with the sheath. Let's move this over. Let's see if I can get this right here. All right, comes in around 2 ounces, around 2.3 ounces, and around 2 ounces. So these are all about 2 ounces. These are very lightweight tools and very easy to stow places where you probably won't even hardly notice that they're there. Now, a newer product that I haven't seen before is SOG's Dual Cut. Now, this is a knife, a fairly small knife, and then a set of scissors. And it's only 0.7 ounces, so it is fairly lightweight, not even an ounce in weight. So you've got a small knife blade that's about 1.5 inches, and then those small scissors, and then extended, it extends all the way to about 4 inches long when the knife blade is fully extended. But essentially you have a knife handle only around 2 inches long. So I think this will be a little bit to be in competition from like Victorinox, their Classic. Nextel has a version of the Classic, and several other people are really going into the scissor-based keychain market, and SOG seems to be trying to join in there as well. Now, this does come in at $40, which I think is a little pricey. But again, it does offer that larger knife blade, so it's not the small or the thin spindly knife blade like you get with the Victorinox. It is a wider knife blade, so some people may like that extra durability. So perhaps we will review that in the future, but for now, I just wanted you to be aware that that is something that to me looks pretty new from SOG.